Okay, let's talk a little bit more today about shiny Moses. In Exodus 34, looking at verses 31 and 32 today, it says, "But Moses called out to them and asked Aaron and all the leaders of the community to come over, and he talked with them. Then all the people of Israel approached him, and Moses gave them all the instructions the Lord had given him on Mount Sinai." Now, once again, you go back to the previous day, go back and watch yesterday's video. We talk about Moses coming down off the mountain, right? And his face is shining. It's so interesting to see how this is taking place. And the people don't even want to approach him. And so he calls out to them, right? They had backed up from him. So he calls out to Aaron and the leaders, "Hey guys, come over here." And then eventually all of them come to him. And now as they approached him, he started to give them all these instructions, right? Everything the Lord had told him on Mount Sinai. All of the things about the altar, the tabernacle, the show table, the bread, the consecration of the priests, the way the sacrifices would be done, what was done when and where and how. So you can just imagine all of this pent up information and the conversations that Moses had had with God and how God had imparted these things to him. It just falls out on the table, man. He can't wait to get all of this out. So the first thing he does is begin to tell the people all the things that have happened and all the things that they need to do. So he gave them all these instructions. So he had spent this time with God, and when he comes down, he once again takes on that role of messenger or prophet. You go back to when they originally came to Mount Sinai and God spoke to the people there, all of them, it scared them absolutely to death. And they basically look at Moses and say, "You talk to God and tell us what he said." And so Moses is playing that role. He had been transformed by this time spent with God on the top of the mountain. And now he is jumping back in immediately into caring for them, leading them, governing them in their work and what they were supposed to do. So he couldn't help but talk about these things. He couldn't help but tell them what was next. And so it's a beautiful picture of how when we come into contact with the Lord and we learn something and we're passionate about it and it excites us, it spills out. And that should be us. What we know about and what we have learned from God should spill out to the world around us. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what are you learning? What are you hearing from God? What are you finding from His Word that you can't wait to tell someone else about? See you soon.